So what's going on, guys? OGR back with another New York Giants video. And in this video, we're going to talk about all the misnomers when it comes to sacks, sack totals, why we need Yannick Ngakoue. I think everybody and their mother wants Yannick. I would like Yannick, don't get me wrong. He's a good player. But we're only going to go as far as our young players take us, even if we were to go get Yannick. But regardless of the fact, let's get into the bulk of the video. Before I do, though, I need you guys to hammer fist that like button like Dan Henderson did to Michael Bisping. And if you like what you're watching, please consider subscribing. It would be an absolute pleasure to have you a regular part of the channel. Let's get into it. So everybody's biggest concern this year has been the pass rush. Where are we getting a pass rush? It was non-existent last year. We need a pass rush. Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. We need Yannick Ngakoue. Stop. Calm down. I like Yannick. He's a good player. Don't get me wrong. But we hold too much priority when it comes to sacks as fans. Everything's sack this, sack that. We need a sack. Sack, 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 sack. Do you know that 7% of all dropbacks in the entire NFL end in a sack? So if you have a guy on your team that sacks the quarterback one time per game, that's 16 sacks in the season. That's an impressive sack total. You know, as fans, most of us really take pride in when a guy gets over double-digit sacks. You heard Giants fans gush about Marcus Golden once he got his 10th sack of the season last year. Double-digit sacks, that's awesome. But when you break it down into context, well, how often did that guy win his one-on-one matchup? Or what was his win rate against offensive linemen to get that sack? So big deal. He happens to get one sack in a game. What'd he do for the rest of the other 60 snaps he was on the field? And therein lies the problem. And that's why stop holding sacks in such high regard. It's a fun play to watch. It's a fun play to hope for. But at the end of the day, you want consistent pressure. And if you don't believe me, just ask Mike Nolan of the Green Bay Packers. Either way, let's check that out. So here we are on ProFootballTalk.com. I'm going to lead you a quick 2 paragraphs of this article. So this is on ProFootballTalk.com, as explained by Packers outside linebacker coach Mike Smith. What really measures a pass rush worth is how many pressures he can get over the course of a season. Sacks represent such a small number of plays over the course of a year. About 7% of all dropbacks resulted in sacks last season. That they simply can't measure everything a pass rusher does. And this is a quote from Mike Smith himself. I don't know what happened a long time ago. Somebody probably, when they started recording sacks, fans, coaches, whoever, defined a great pass rusher on the effective pass rushers off of sacks. That's one of the stupidest things I have ever seen. You define a great pass rusher by consistency, Smith said. So that brings me into Yannick Ngakoue. Everybody wants Yannick. And I wouldn't mind Yannick. But Yannick's not the be-all, end-all, and I don't think he's as good as everybody thinks he is. Now, again, all that being said, would I want Yannick? Yes. Because he's a proven commodity compared to the younger guys on our roster. And I think he'd pair well with Marcus Golden. But at the end of the day, I want to see our guys develop, because how do you know we don't have a guy on this roster that can develop into somebody who's just as productive as Yannick, if not more? Don't say it's not possible. You don't know. They haven't proved themselves yet. And that's where patience comes into mind as Giant fans. We need patience and allow these guys to develop and give them the play time to do so. But again, if you don't believe me, check out these stats. So here we are on Pro Football Reference. Obviously, we see TJ Watt. Sorry about that. TJ Watt leading the league with 59 pressures. Okay, then Aaron Donald 55, Joey Bosa with 54, Shaq Barrett 51. And yes, guys, pressures, the more pressures you get, the more sacks you're most likely going to get. It's not always the case, but in this case it is. And we see our good old friend Marcus Golden 9th. We see Zadarius Smith 5th and Preston Smith 20th. I think Mike Nolan knows what he's talking about. You know, we let go of obviously the Packers let go of somebody like Kyler Fackrell, but I think he can be a big part of this team. And rookies or unproven guys can get into the mix. You see somebody like Max Crosby, 26th. But where do we go? We go all the way down. to Yannick Ngakoue. 8 sacks, 27 total pressures. What are you paying for? You want to pay this guy 16, 17, 18 million a year. He's 36 in pressures, QB pressures. That's what he's paid to do. We want somebody up here. We want somebody in the top 15. Even look at somebody like Everson Griffin, who the Cowboys just picked up, 35 pressures. Just saying. People need to stop jumping the gun with this Giants team. They really do. Allow us to grow and mold. The Giants will improve. I believe in Joe Judge. I believe in this team. We're going to improve. And how much we're going to improve by is how far the puppies take us. Dave Gettleman has said it for months. I've said it for months. The guys we have drafted 2-3 years ago or even this year, the more they mature, the more they maturate, the better the Giants will be. That is just facts. Because people will not be complaining about the Giants' pass rush if we can have solid pressures from O'Shane, from Lorenzo, from Marcus, from Fackrell, from Coughlin. Allow these guys to develop. We are in the second year of a rebuild, not the third like a lot of Giants fans think. We tried to win in 2018. That's all I'm trying to say. It is so obvious. We're in the second year of a rebuild. The third year of the rebuild is where you really see your turnaround, is where you make the push for the playoffs, and that's what I think the Giants will do. If the Giants get to 6-10, 7-9 with the hellacious schedule they have, and they can improve slowly as a defense, I believe we can really hold our heads high and feel confident going forward. Either way, guys, it's been OGR Sports, and I'll catch you on the next vid.